Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Imraan, Choonara, Africa Muslims Agency. During these incredibly sacred days of Dhul Hijjah, as we come up to the days of Eid al-Adha, where we will be celebrating with family and friends. Yes, celebrating differently because of the global pandemic of COVID-19, but celebrating we should. And we'll be honoring the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam by sacrificing an animal and providing food and relief to those less fortunate. Let's remember that that sacrifice of an animal should not just be symbolically sacrificing the animal to provide the meat. So at Africa Muslims Agency, our Qurbani program, our Udhiyah program spans in many countries, right from South Africa to 14, 15 different countries. Many countries in Africa, many countries outside the continent of Africa, like Lebanon, in camps, in refugee camps, where Palestinians in Syrian refugee camps have been there for years and years and years, and often rely completely on humanitarian agencies to be able to survive. To places like Afghanistan, where right now there's incredible strife, incredible challenges right now. People are in need, in dire need for food. Places like Burma, Rohingya, Gaza, Yemen, Syria, many parts of Africa, Mali, Uganda, Mozambique, Malawi, of course South Africa, amongst other countries too. And in South Africa right now we know that we are experiencing untold challenges, incredible unrest, incredible trauma and difficulty for thousands and thousands of people. So during these days of Dhul Hijjah, let's remember, as we are planning for Eid al-Adha, as we are planning our celebrations, as we are planning our sacrificing of an animal to commemorate the sunnah of Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam, let's also think of those who are struggling around the world and in our own country. And let's donate to Africa Muslims Agency for our Qurbani Udhiyah project. And when you donate to Africa Muslims Agency for our Qurbani Udhiyah project, you're not just donating the animal, so to speak, or just sacrificing the animal. Not that that's wrong. But at Africa Muslims Agency, our policy is that we actually procure the animals a few months in advance, especially in Africa. Especially in Africa. Because we have to get the animals to deep parts of Africa, deep parts of villages in countries. So we do not just take thousands of animals in one central point, slaughter them, and then distribute the meat. Although that's not wrong, don't get me wrong. But we approach it slightly differently. We want Eid al-Adha to be an education process as well, educating communities and villages in Africa as to why we slaughter animals. Why? How? Because how did I learn about Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail alayhi salam and this process? I learned it by being part of the process and being taught it as we came up to Eid al-Adha every year. And maybe you learned it the same way. So we don't want people in villages in Africa or in camps around the world, especially children, to grow up believing that Eid al-Adha simply means someone donating meat to them. Not that that is bad. We just have a different approach. At AMA, we want people to understand, want children to develop the communities, want children to learn why this happens. So we bring the animals into the villages at least a month before the time. We help these villages to rear these animals, so that on the day of Eid al-Adha and the days of Eid al-Adha, when we slaughter it together, the people understand the process, because we do talks and we do educational programs building up to Eid al-Adha. May Allah guide us all with wisdom and humility. May Allah bless you and your family. May Allah grant all the deceased in your family the highest place in Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah fill the qubur with nur. Donate to Africa Muslims Agency's Qurbani Udhiyah project. Shukran. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.